Hello, music listeners, underground enthusiasts, and people who have cat ears on their headphones. We're back with another weekly track roundup list. A lot of great songs came out the past week, some of them worth talking about, and those songs, I know this might come off as crazy or insane. I've been called nuanced, I've been called a madman for this concept, but we're going to talk about the songs that came out in the past week. So if that's too much for you, I recommend that you turn the video off now because things are about to get rather intense. Starting off the list, we have sydcxx with Fantasy, and on this, Syd gives us her first track in about half a year with an alternative rock song that has some wonderfully inspired pop influences mixed in as well. The chorus on this is incredibly catchy, and this grand, inspiring sound that works so well with the instrumental. And Syd has these pretty saccharine vocals that are almost unbelievably smooth and are mixed with such cleanliness that it's kind of hard to find any flaws or deviations in them. And I really enjoy hearing Syd in this context, with the steady drums, electric guitar, and piano all building up to form such a powerful song. This is a successful and immensely enjoyable return for sydcxx, and I would honestly love to hear more of this sound from her in the future. Then up next we have Babydoll by Lord K. Speaking of returns, this is our first Lord K release in 4 months, bringing in the monotone and confident delivery I've become rather accustomed to while listening to his music. The eerie and booming production from Mercy Kill lays fantastic groundwork for the track, and Lord K's unwavering flows, flexes, and manga-inspired bars ride seamlessly across the beat. And I will say there is a certain style to Lord K's music, and it is really just infectiously enjoyable every single time. And then we got a new one from Salem Avenue with April. And Salem Avenue's distorted vocals over a sort of pop-punk alternative instrumental work really well here and help drives home a indie bedroom rock kind of sound into the mix of influences. And the instrumentation on this is cohesive and everything works really well together. I'm particularly a fan of the articulate and nasally guitar, which has some really great backing melodies throughout the track. And the chorus on this is melancholic and nostalgic, and despite its somewhat sad and wistful subject matter, the song in a way does feel very comforting, and I do appreciate that. Then we have a new Sendflowrs track with Banshee, and on this song, Sendflowrs uses his wide and occasionally hoarse timbre to deliver an emotional and sometimes depressing emo rap song. And one thing that really stands out to me is the energetic and intense background vocals, which are a great contrast to Sendflowrs' lower range main vocal tone, and the mix as well goes great with the instrumental, where the bass never seems to leave, and the snares are crunchy and distorted, while faint guitar and piano melodies fill whatever space wasn't already occupied. And with so many elements in play at once, one would justifiably assume that things would get kind of muddy, but there is a certain level of clarity in the chaos of this track, and it plays really well to the benefit of the song. We got a new dokidokimanic track, Bleedin in the Morning, featuring Zion. And on this track, dokidokimanic answers the question of what if we mixed emo rap flows and lyrics with hyperactive and bubbly pop production. His ever-insistent trademark sound bleeds through the more popular conventions of the track, like have trap drums, put in sparkly and spacey keys. Sad lyrics make them bright and energetic and fun to listen to. Doki's nasally and occasionally intense delivery is fitting, and his mid-range tone and choppy mix contrasts Zion's blend of smooth vocals and upfront sound really well. These two have proven in the past that they seem to bring the best out of each other musically, and this song definitely is not an exception. Then we have Guardin with Monday. Remember a while ago when I said this? But it is super heavily auto-tuned rap vocals with very energetic and almost caricature-esque delivery over this boom bap beat, and I would like to see Guardin revisit this sound. Well, he did it. Guardin attacks an aggressive boom bap rap delivery with vengeance, and it's an exaggerated and in-your-face sound that I absolutely love. And of course, Guardin's trademark raspy delivery is not absent on this, with the chorus being a break from the intensity to give some heartfelt and emotional singing. And at just over 4 minutes long, packed with intelligent bars, increasingly vulnerable self-depictions, and wistful recollection, this, in my opinion, is an instant classic for Guardin, and is so packed full of concepts of self-reflection, growth, assault, dreams, and aspiration that it's undeniably intelligent and well written and well delivered. It's really hauntingly beautiful, and only a few days after its release, I can't help but feel that this already sits in the top ranks of his discography. The flow changes, the vulnerable and descriptive lyrics, the cinematic tonality and anthemic chorus make this a song that I could make a whole video about itself, just for this song. Honestly, my words cannot do the power of this song justice. Just go listen. Just go listen to it. Come back to me when you're done. Then we can talk about it. Then we have Adjacent with Revit, and on Revit we see Adjacent approach a beat that isn't produced by him for the first time in quite a while, and while it is weird to hear him rap over something that is not his noisy, chaotic, and retro-inspired sound, Akari does have a great beat here that supports Adjacent's vocals really well. Speaking of the vocals, my favorite part about this track is the vocal mixing, with these high-shouted vocals being so separated that they just surround you, paired with the gravelly and bassy main vocals sitting right in the middle of the mixing environment. It's such a stark contrast that you feel like you can pinpoint the exact location of the vocals, each sitting in such a distinct and specific area. The flows are tight and fun, and at just a minute and 20 seconds, this song can essentially be replayed to infinity. Speaking of songs that are a minute and 20 seconds, Shinigami dropped Damn It's Cold, a digital and disjointed freestyle with a triple threat production team. The production on this track it's kinda insane, with detached and choppy clicks and beeps serving as the main melodies that push the song forward. And Shinigami's vocals on this are convicted and confident, feeling like they're gliding in the air, soaring over the eerie and abrasive cacophony of sounds that finds its residence in the production. And it's not necessarily an entirely complex sound. You hear the sounds and you know what's going on. It's not overwhelmingly chaotic or complex, but that doesn't stop it from being chaotic. It's so intelligently done in a way to be reserved on the surface, but when you go under the layers of it, there's a lot going on. And I really do, I love this approach. It feels fresh and new, and I would genuinely like to hear more songs like this from Shinigami or anybody else that is brave enough to tackle this sound. We got a new one from polearm as well with Mutations. Polearm's consistent and smooth vocals over the synthesized and 8-bit sounding synths are really, really fun to listen to. Like, ridiculously fun. And the occasionally shouted vocals kind of break the tone up a bit in a really, really well done way and are an amazing addition to the overall sound of the track. And I love the reflective and introspective lyrics, but at first impression, I'm just really, really drawn to the mix and the instrumentation. Everything blends together in this digital chaos of melodies, but at the same time remains coherent enough to point out each element working on its own specific part. And the mix on this song is kind of bulletproof, with enough switch ups to keep you on your toes, but enough consistency for you to stay hooked and engaged. And then Scoob comes through with all of this, and although Scoob typically adheres to a digital and cloudy hyperpop sound, all of this takes a detour through the aesthetics of acoustic emo. And I know how much older emo and punk rock inspire Scoob, and those inspirations break through pretty organically on the track. While the internet age mixes stay in rotation, it only serves as a unique approach to the sound. Imagine hearing a futuristic modulator over Beethoven's Fifth, and that is this song. The power and energy in the chorus is inspiring, and all of the notes are hit with ease and energy, with no deviations away from the desired sound, and no sour notes or any sort of break in the sound. I really love this track, and although I do enjoy Scoob's pitched and chaotic sound, this is a nice change of pace every now and then. And then we have Shil with Cannabis, and this song is a trip. And no matter how many words I use to describe what is heard, it's one of those songs that you kind of just have to listen to for yourself. It has these dark, spacey melodies that sound like they're straight out of a sci-fi movie score, clashing with plucky, high-pitched notes that cut through the mix like a knife. All of this supported by punchy and distorted percussion that is a welcome assault on the ears. The one-off and scattered sound effects only add to the progression and atmosphere of the song, and it feels like a narrative is being told here without any words at all. It is retro and futuristic at the same time, whatever the fuck that means. And then we have Teenage Disaster with It's Alive, and put simply, It's Alive only reinforces my opinion that Teenage Disaster is growing to become one of the most creative and innovative artists out right now. His ever-increasing vault of influences and sounds expands with this track, mixing his recognizable horrorcore lyrics with post-punk and gothic rock sounds and aesthetics. His husky and occasionally gruff vocals paired with the distorted and screamed and strained background vocals are kind of effortless and unlike any music that anybody is releasing right now. If you're not on the teenage disaster train right now, I promise that you're missing out. You really are. Did you think I wasn't gonna do it? Did you think I wasn't gonna do it? I'm doing it. I dropped a song, and it was dropped in the past week, as you can see, dropped 2 days ago. That counts. My YouTube channel, my rules. I'm promoting my... Did I make that joke in the last video? And it released in the time frame, so I can talk about it. Yeah, a little bit of self-promo on the end. Deal with it. My channel, my rules. Anyways, I dropped a song. It's called A Theory on Growth. That's it. It's just A Theory on Growth. I talk a lot. I'm really putting SoundCloud's character limit in the description to the test. One of these days, they're going to expand it and make the character limit higher just for me. But yeah, that's it. As always, if you listen to any of these songs, please let me know how you felt about them. And if you didn't listen to them, go listen to them. I think they're all pretty great and deserve at least 1 or 2 listens for you to be exposed to it and form a bit of an opinion on it. Like I've said before, I don't really consider myself a critic. These are more of discussions. So I really appreciate when people comment their thoughts and opinions because it kind of, sparks conversation. It sparks community. I'm not here to be super harsh, or I'm just here to talk about music I like. And that is it. I will see you all next Monday, where I will strap you to a chair and force your eyes open, a Clockwork Orange style, and make you all watch me do a tier list of the different breads. Bye.